Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to the class. And today we will see that what all subjects are there in the UPSC examination. Many of you don't even know how many subjects are there in UPSC actually. Even it is obvious that a beginner might not know what all subjects are there in UPSC, but it is quite surprising sometimes to know that even a legend person, means even a person who has dived deep into the syllabus and has completed 6 months of preparation, sometimes does not know how many subjects exactly are there in UPSC. Okay, so let me tell you how many subjects exactly are there in UPSC, so that it makes your preparation a little bit easier. Okay, so the very first subject which is there is polity. Okay, and polity is there for both pre and mains. Okay, both pre plus mains, important for both pre and mains. Then you have something called as history. Okay, number one is polity, then number two is your history. Then in history you have subdivisions. Okay, history is a vast subject, so you have subdivisions in history. So what are the subdivisions? The very first is ancient history. Okay, sorry for the spelling mistake. Okay, just ignore the spelling mistake. Ancient history, what it is important for pre as well as mains. Okay, then you have something called as medieval history. That is also important for pre plus mains. Okay, then you have something called as modern history. How was your paper yesterday? Do not think about it. Okay, many of you might have performed good and many of you might not have performed well at all. Many of you might be frustrated because yesterday's paper might have been very tough for some of you. Okay, so do not worry. Actually, uh, you need to give attempts very calm mindedly. Never compare yourself to others. Okay, you have to keep your mind calm and healthy in order to secure good rank in this examination. Okay, the more calm your mind is, the more well you will perform. Okay, so do not worry that yesterday's paper was very tough or I could not perform well. Anyways, if you prepare well, then you will always perform well. Okay, and one more thing, I had already told you that never study anything one day before the examination. I had already told to you, but still many of you do not listen to me. Okay, so modern history is also there, that prelims plus mains. Okay, modern history is also important for pre and mains. Then there are two more divisions of history which half of the population preparing for UPSC does not know, that there is post independence history. Post independence history, which is purely mains. Okay, purely mains. Then there is world history, which is also purely mains. Okay, this is also purely mains only. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, then what is there? Then you have something called as geography. You should note it down in your notebook. Many of you do not even know how many many of the people, I have seen many students preparing for 9 months. Okay, preparing for 9 or 10 months. They say that I am a old student, I am preparing for 9-10 months, but they do not even know the subjects. If I ask them how many subjects are there in UPSC, he will have to think a lot. Okay, he will not be able to answer in a fluently. Okay, he will think very deeply, then he will answer. Okay, so those things should not happen to you. Okay, and you should know that for prelims, ancient, medieval, and modern are important. Post independence history is purely for mains, and world history is purely for mains. Many of you do not know this. Okay, many of you, I have seen many of you starting your preparation with history, world history. Okay, many of you I have seen starting your preparation with world history. It is not going to give you any benefit, because if you start your preparation with world history, many of your connections will be missing. Okay, so ancient will make your base, ancient, medieval, and modern will make your base, and after that, after the base is made after out of ancient, medieval, and modern, after that the toppings on cake are like this: post independent history and world history. Okay, so the concept which you learn in ancient, medieval, and modern, those will be important and used in post independent history and world history. Okay, so this is the bifurcation of history. Then your third subject is geography. Okay, what is your third subject? Your third subject comes out to be geography. Okay, third subject is your geography. Then geography is also bifurcated into three parts. Okay, geography is also bifurcated into three parts. One is map marking, important for both pre and mains. Okay, pre plus mains. Directly in mains, no question will be asked from map marking directly. Okay, in the prelims they might ask some question from map marking, but in mains no question will be asked from map marking. Okay, in mains there will be application of map marking. For example, they ask you something about ring of fire, then you will obviously mark the location of ring of fire on the map. Okay, you will need to know where is Indonesia on the ring of fire, where is Japan on the ring of fire. Okay, those things you will need to know na. So those will be important. This map marking will even be important for your mains too. Okay, so this is the thing. So map marking is your base actually. Then you have physical geography. If someone does not know where is Indonesia and where is Japan, then how will he write good answers? Okay, so map marking is very essential. Then physical geography, both pre and mains. Okay, pre plus mains. Then you have world geography. And this is also pre plus mains. Okay, both pre and mains. Then you have something called as environment and ecology. Okay, environment and ecology. Okay, it is not bifurcated in any part. Environment, ecology is one subject altogether. Some people uh, put it in geography. Okay, what do some people do? They put environment and ecology like this over here. Okay, means the bifurcation of geography, one of the bifurcation is environment, they call it like that, but it is not true actually. Environment has a lot of weightage. Okay, because of forest services. So the weightage which geography has, equivalent weightage is given to environment. So we cannot say that environment and ecology is a sub part of geography. We cannot say like that. Okay, because environment has a equal weightage as compared to geography, so it should be treated as a separate subject. Okay, then you have economy. Okay, then you have economy. Then economy is further divided into uh, uh, means macro economy and macro, those are not important, but economy you can keep it as simply economy. Okay, then you have something, then this is important for both pre and mains. Okay, pre plus mains. Economy is also pre plus mains. Okay, then number 6, Number 6 is your science and tech. Okay, science and tech. Believe me, these much subjects are there in UPSC. Only 4% of the population preparing for UPSC knows. Okay, that these much subjects are there in UPSC. Science and technology. Important for both pre as well as mains. Okay, pre plus mains. Then you have art and culture. Okay, as the seventh subject. Seventh subject is what? Art and culture. I have kept it as a separate subject because it is taught separately everywhere, even in Delhi offline, even on Unacademy or any other coaching center. Art and culture is taught separately. Okay, although it has links with ancient, medieval, and modern, still art and culture is taught separately. Okay, art and culture important for both pre as well as mains. Okay, but more important in mains. More important in mains, especially in pre also some questions are there, but more important in mains. Then you have something called as now comes the part which is purely in mains. Okay, now comes the part which is purely in mains. So what all subjects are there? You have international relations. Okay, international relations. So this is in purely mains. Okay, then you have something called as internal security. Internal security purely mains. Okay, no question will be asked in prelims also. Purely mains. International relation purely mains. Internal security purely mains. Then you have something called as on number 10 you have something called as on number 10 what is there? Indian society. Okay, Indian society. Okay, then this is Indian society is also purely mains. Okay, then you have governance and social justice. Okay, governance and social justice. This is also purely in mains. Okay, then many of the teachers do not consider this as a separate subject, but I do consider it as a separate subject. Okay, that is number 12. Okay, number 12, schemes. Schemes, yojana. Kurukshetra. Schemes, yojana, Kurukshetra, and economic survey. Okay, economic survey, budget. Okay, this completely comprises of one subject, and this is not purely mains. Okay, but mainly mains. Even if we ignore this for prelims, it is okay. Okay, so it is mainly mains, not purely mains but mainly mains. Sometimes one or two questions might be there in prelims, but those are rare. Okay, you can leave it for as far as prelim is concerned, you can leave it. So schemes, yojana, kurukshetra, economic survey, budget. Okay, so it is mainly mains. Okay, then the 12th subject was there. Now subject number 13. Okay, so what is the subject number 13? You have current affairs, right? What do you have at number 13? At number 13 you have current affairs. Okay, current affairs. Okay, and number 14 subject. What is there on number 14? Your optional. Okay, then current affairs is both prelims as well as mains. Okay, pre plus mains. Okay, then you have optional paper 1. Paper 1 which is purely mains. Okay, purely mains. Purely mains. Then you have optional paper 2. Which is also purely mains. And believe me, these many subjects are there in UPSC. This fact is known only by 4% of the population preparing for UPSC. Okay, only 4% population preparing for UPSC knows that these many subjects are there in UPSC. Okay, many of you, I have seen many students who are preparing for 9-10 months, still they do not know. Okay, so this is all for today. This is I will basically start uploading. I will come on the subject very soon, but actually uh, how much time actually for clearing prelims, what is required? Let's come on that. For if you want to qualify prelims, then you must have good hold over this much or this one, then good hold over the ones which I am marking with yellow color. Those are required for clearing prelims. Okay, this is required for clearing prelims, this is required for clearing prelims. Okay, then these three are required for clearing prelims. Okay, these three are required for clearing prelims. Then this is also required for clearing prelims. Okay, then economy is also required for clearing prelims. Then science and technology is also required for clearing prelims. Okay, then art and culture is also required for clearing prelims. Okay, then these four are not required. Okay, international relations for prelims not required. Okay, not required for prelims. Then internal security not required for prelims. Indian society not required for prelims. Governance and social justice not required for prelims. Okay, then schemes, yojana, kurukshetra, economic survey not required for prelims. Okay, then current affairs, yes, you require it for prelims. Okay, then optional paper 1 and optional paper 2 are not required for prelims, they are purely for mains. Okay, then these the yellow ones are purely for means if you want to qualify PT, then these yellow ones should be clear. Okay, these yellow ones should be, you have good hold over these yellow marked figures. Okay, for example, this yellow marked box contains current affairs, so you should have good hold over it. Art and culture, you should have good hold. Science and technology, good hold. Okay, and these subjects good hold over them, polity good hold over it. Okay, then these post independence and world history are purely for mains, not required in prelims. Okay, now let us mark the subjects which are purely in mains. Okay, purely in mains, nothing is asked in PT. So post independence history is purely for mains. Okay, world history is purely for mains. Okay, then all these are required for prelims. Then international relations is purely for mains. Okay, then you have internal security, it is purely for mains. Okay, then you have Indian society, which is purely for mains. Then governance and social justice, which is also purely for mains. Okay, then schemes, yojana, kurukshetra, economic survey, budget, this is also purely for mains. Okay, means one or two questions might be there in prelims, but those will be common sense question. Okay, those things do not require any deep knowledge of this subject, particular subject. Okay, then this is also for purely mains. Okay, now some one or two questions on based on schemes might be there in your PT paper as well, but that does not mean that you need to have a good hold over this subject, 12th subject, in order to qualify PT. No. Okay, so then divide the time accordingly. Okay, you know which subjects are the vast ones and which are uh, now let us mark the subjects which are inevitable. Okay, the subjects which are, I am marking them with red color. Okay, inevitable. Okay, let us mark the subjects which are inevitable. Let us write over here, inevitable. What does it mean by inevitable? That we cannot ignore them. Okay, inevitable subjects. Okay, this polity is inevitable, ancient history is inevitable, modern history is inevitable. Okay, you can leave medieval in order to qualify prelims. Okay, inevitable for prelims I am saying. Okay, inevitable for prelims. So polity inevitable, ancient history inevitable, modern history inevitable, medieval you can leave. Okay, you can leave medieval. Then in geography everything is inevitable, environment everything is inevitable, then economy everything inevitable, science and technology everything inevitable. Okay, then you have something called as art and culture, so everything is important in that also, you cannot leave it. Okay, then current affairs you can leave. Okay, means not much questions are asked, but still I would recommend at least the major portions. Means some current affairs come again and again in the newspaper, so those you must be very clear with. Okay, so this I would rather mark as 50-50. Okay, current affairs I would rather mark as 50-50, because sometimes they say that it is current affairs, but it is based on static only. Okay, the some static portion might once again come in the newspaper and that becomes current affairs. For example, Babu Jagjeevan Ram, then 50th anniversary, then 125th anniversary, some static portion might be there which was there in the newspaper, seen in the newspaper. So once again they will say that it is based on current affairs, but actually it is static only. Okay, so current affairs, even if you leave it, no worries. Okay, it is not inevitable. Okay, the ones which I have marked are inevitable for prelims. Okay, these current affairs is 50-50. Okay, done. So if you want to qualify prelims, then do the yellow ones. In amongst the yellow ones, you can only leave medieval. Okay, only you can leave medieval. Rest everything is important. Okay, rest everything is important. Only subject which you can leave for prelims is medieval. You can avoid medieval. Rest everything is very important. Okay, so this is all about the subject and how much time you should give to. Now you have approximately 300 days in your hands. What do you have? you have approximately 300 days. Actually there are 362 days with you. There are 362 days with you in your hand, but the 62 days will be wasted in Holi, Diwali and all those festivals. So do not count those 62 days. You have only 300 days in your hand. Okay, so those 300 days should be distributed in such a manner, okay, that you do not fall short of time. Okay, so you know this very well, that how to distribute the time, you know that very well. Okay, so this is all about today's class. So hopefully you got the entire idea, entire picture clear. And believe me, only 4% of the population preparing for UPSC knows that these many subjects are there in UPSC. Okay, many of the people do not even know, and they keep on giving attempts and say that I am not able to qualify. How will you qualify if you do not even know that how many subjects are there in the UPSC examination? Then how will you ever qualify the UPSC examination? Okay, so that shows that you are really irresponsible. Okay, so thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.